Good early evening to everyone. It is 6:40 p.m. and this video is for the intended purpose of edutainment. I hope that you guys will be able to share this video. Last night, I think I broke a record, had over 800 views on the video we made last night. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate the love. So, if you learned anything from the video last night, I hope that you'll learn something today. Okay, so today we are going to talk about part two of the eating regimen and how this regimen helped me. I'm going to make a video practically every day for the next 14 days about my story and how I survived colon cancer. And as I am going into the food regimen part two, I'm going to hope that we don't have any knuckleheads interfering or coming online saying stupid stuff while I am giving you my knowledge. Last night, we had a very nice amount of people tuning in, ask questions, but we had some idiots. And I guess it was because of the full moon that came in and said some very derogatory things. So I hope that in this video, while I'm on, I only said I was going to do 20 minutes. We ended up being on here for an hour. So I thank everybody for tuning in. We're going to start off with number one. I am not a doctor. I am not a practitioner of allopathic medicine. I am a student of a man by the name of Chris Williams who taught me everything that I know, and I share my knowledge so that you can invest in yourself by the things that I learned, the goods, the bads, the do's, and the don'ts. Today's assignment is eating properly according to healing methods based upon your blood type. So I'm going to go into my page because I keep notes of everything. The notes that I have are based upon what I experienced from 2014 to 2016. And I'm going to go deep into the rabbit hole of what you should be doing and what you should not be doing. And I see we got that Samir Faradas. I cannot pronounce that. Let me get my glasses because I'm getting older. Thank you for tuning in. I hope everything is good with you. Ah, there we go with my old self. Samara Ferrari edits. I hope I said that right. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see how many people we can get in and let's see if you learned something from this video. Number one, I am a survivor of colon cancer, and I will do a whole video about my experience with colon cancer and what I did, the goods and the bads, the after effects of my surgeries, my hospital visits, my regiments, and what I've taken, and why it's important for you to do everything I'm telling you all to do. Okay, you get into this regimen, you're going to need the following things. You're going to need a phone or a tablet or a book. That is going to be all of the notes that you're going to take. You're going to need a calendar. And I said it as I said last night. The first 14 days, you're going to go through a transformation. You're going to learn everything. Basically, 14 days. You're going to learn everything. You're going to learn your body strengths and weaknesses. You're going to learn what to do and what not to do during the process of you going through your healing regimen. You are going to get a food prep program. You're going to get a um, therapy program. You're going to get an exercise program. And there's other programs that you're going to do. But if you can get yourself a power team, this is for people dealing with cancer. You need a power team. And I'm going to go into that and I'm going to explain to you all why the power team is so important, as well as going through your dietary chart. Now, when I get hired to take on a case for a person, I give them their regiment, I give them their supplements, and I give them emails to follow and study everything that I'm giving them. But for my cancer patients, I have an interview with them and I ask to speak with people that are either living with them or close family members, associates, etc. Because once that happens, we have to create what is called a power team. So I'm going to go into the power team before I get into this regiment, and stay with me. We're going to get down to everything. Let's say you are O. I'm a O positive. There's certain foods that you're not supposed to eat. And if I'm a O, more than likely family members are O as well. However, because I'm dealing with my situation, the first thing that I have to do is have sit down with everybody so they will understand what I am able to do, what I am not able to do, what I'm able to eat, what I'm not supposed to eat, and of course the timelines that I'm supposed to work with in order to keep me healthy. Everybody has a clock. Everybody has a particular time that your body genetically operates on. For example, the worst days for heart attacks are Mondays between 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Why is that? Because during that time period, outside of it being the first or quote unquote second day of the week, because Monday is really the second day of the week, people don't want to go to work. People are depressed. They got to start over again. You may have to go to school, whatever, whatever, whatever. Your body within by 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. is pumping blood at its maximum because you're just really getting up after the first 4 hours. You've eliminated all of the waste within the last 4 hours, which means that your blood is flowing through your body a lot cleaner, which means that if you have a lot of cholesterol, you eat a lot of greasy foods, you eat a lot of sugary foods, a lot of fast foods, a lot of candies, your body has to work harder to get that stuff out of the system. Therefore, if you have too much in you that is not allowing your blood to flow properly, there's a possibility that you may have a heart attack or a stroke. So, cleaning your body every morning, the very first 4 hours of the day, no foods, just liquids, will help you prevent heart attacks. So, we know we like to eat that pancakes and sausage in the morning. We like to eat that cereal with the milk that's coming from a cow. And we like to have our coffee in the morning, that sugar. So now you're affecting your kidneys, you're affecting your liver, and you're affecting your heart because of the diet that you're on. So with this regimen, for anyone that got cancer, you are training your body the same way that a bodybuilder trains him or herself within a 12-week period before they get into competition. And that is what I'm going to show you tonight. All right? All right, we got 3 people watching. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. I look like my moderator is on standby. All right. Peace, peace, peace. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. All right. Before I go any further, if you have any questions while I'm talking, put them on the chat. I will make sure that I will answer the questions. Okay? Now, number one, why do you need a power team if you're dealing with cancer? Pardon me, I'm sitting up here scratching my eye. I was cleaned up today, so got a little dust in my eye. Forgive me. The reason why you need a power team is because you're dealing with so many issues now that you're dealing with this issue. Your emotions are out of whack. So with that, your emotions are out of whack because you're worried about what you are about to experience. The very next thing that you need to pay attention to is what you're eating because you are so out of whack that the first thing that tastes sweet, the first thing that tastes good, you on it. So that means that you're not looking at what's good for you. You're looking at what's good to you at the moment, a temporary fix. Eating the proper foods that help feed your body will also help heal the body. So you don't want this experience to be something that's depressing and it drags you out. You want to experience this from a perspective of I'm healing myself and I'm enjoying the experience. Even though I'm in a difficult time, I'm enjoying this experience not because I'm trying to do everything before I pass away, but I'm enjoying this experience and I'm winning. So the first person that you're going to need, I'm going to go to my notes so that you all know exactly what I'm talking about step by step. Okay? The first thing that you're going to need for your power team is a go-to person or your gopher. The person that is your gopher is the person that everything that you need during this experience, they are going to get everything for you. If you need to go get your medicine, they go get it. If you need to go get certain foods from the grocery store that fits your diet, they go get it. If you need to set up appointments, they take care of it. If you need to go to the hospital, they're there. This can be more than one person. Okay? All right. So I'm going to go through all the list of the power team. And if you would like to see the video that I made, go to my page, subscribe, and go into the area where it's titled Power Teams or You Need a Power Team. All right. So let me start off with page number 1. And I'm going to read this because this is from my book. Hopefully it'll pull up. Don't forget to ask your questions while I'm on. I'm going to try to stay on here for about an hour. So by 8 o'clock, we'll be done. Okay? In this point, or in this book, in this point of the book, we'll save your family and bring you either close or separate from them. Anyone who has a family member that is dealing with cancer, this is my most important chapter that I express must be taken extremely serious. You must have 4 people to make this work. For the person that is in entire need of help, needs your help because your doctor is not your friend right now, unless he or she is doing this for you. A power team is consistent of the following people: the counselor, the disciplinarian, the chef, the wingman. Let's start with the wingman. The first wingman must be there at all times, keeping notes, making sure stuff is done on schedule. He or she must make sure that they eat the proper foods, exercise, drink their smoothies, their teas, etc., and keep notes of everything. The wingman is set up the schedules, the meeting with the doctors and the family members. The wingman must be able to have communication and access to certain things, public or private, for the sake of the person who is in need. No exceptions. Okay? The wingman must set up schedules. The person is the patriarch and the champion of this situation. Whether it is a family member or a friend, the wingman must have a replacement so that they can recharge, because this time, if that person's life can be challenged, and it may require 3 people to take over this position. Now let's talk about the chef. This is 2, the second person, the chef. The chef, hold on. The chef, who in my opinion is like the doctor. The chef must know everything about the patient's diet, the schedule that they have to stay on. They have to know how rich the food is or how deadly the food is. The chef must be able to adjust and switch up recipes for the desired goal to be executed. At this time, the chefs hold on. At this time, the chef's only goal is to see the client doing better, feeling better, seeing their weight gain, and seeing that after 120 days, pray that they are still here to see it, that they have a book, particularly for that person to follow when they are done with the 120-day cycle. Whereas they'll be able to do this on their own. The very first month, that chef or cook, whatever name you want to use, should have a strong liquid diet for this person with notes, recipes for the family member if they cannot be there at the time, and to create a stockpile of herbs and vegetables and combinations for this person. They should also know how to change up flavors so that it doesn't get dulled for the client going through this period in their lives. Look up different vegetarian recipes on Google as well as social media that will keep and help kickstart this plan. And lastly, but not least, that cook should explain everything to everyone that this person cannot eat the same stuff that everyone is eating, unless all of them are eating healthier and are striving to eat healthy with the client, which should be everyone's main goal. Okay, so now I talked about the chef. This is where we want to get into the chef of the house, whether it's the husband or the wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, family member, etc. If you are trying to help this person recover from this condition, or you're just starting a new dietary plan, you need a chef who's particularly expert or has expertise in healthier alternatives, low calorie meals, meals that are high in different vitamins and minerals for this person. So if you're eating to help clean your liver, then you want to have foods that help clean liver, particularly beets, cranberries, grapes, apples, pineapples. If you're eating foods that helps you with your kidneys, you need to eat kidney foods, different types of grains, different types of vegetables, different types of soup combinations. If you're eating to gain weight, then you need to eat more foods that help you gain weight, because people who deal with cancer, especially those who are dealing with chemotherapy and radiation, you need to eat more protein packed foods. I'm not talking about eggs. I'm not talking about peanut butter. I'm talking about different foods such as squash, sweet potatoes, and now I've just been called a scam artist. Okay, I'm going to challenge this person because they just came on. If you can prove that what I'm saying is a scam, then show me what I'm talking about incorrectly, and you talk about the things that can help benefit people. I've been called a scam artist by a doctor, so I'm going to say this. You come up with a plan in 4 months to help people dealing with cancer, and I'll humbly put you to the challenge. Do not block this person. Okay, not one thing that I said was incorrect. And if you can prove me wrong, show me what you have, make a video dedicated to me, and I'll listen to you. Or go on live with me face to face, and let's see if what I'm talking about is foul. I'll wait. Positive, negative 9149. I'm willing to be challenged. And I will give you several days to come up with a post, and you show what a person needs to do. I'll humbly wait. See, this is what I'm beginning to see. I've not said anything that I can't prove. I definitely tell you guys I'm not a doctor. And lastly, I don't have a problem having my people come online and actually talk about how they've changed their lives and how this philosophy works. Okay? Scam artists sell stuff. I stand behind mine. So I'll wait for the challenge. I'm like, hey, I come from the home of Bertie Mac. I ain't scared of you mofos. So let's go. All right. Don't block him. My monitor crew. Don't block him. Let him stay on here. I humbly wait for the challenge. Now I'm gonna go back to what I was saying. So I speak to everyone. You need a power team. In this moment, people are dealing with cancer. They don't know what to worry. They're scared. Okay. They're listening to everybody and they don't really know what to do. Okay. This is why you need a power team. That chef, that cook, they're making foods for this person to live. not because they're hungry, but you're trying to heal. Okay. Every 3 days, your eating habits should change, and you should be training your body for the sole purpose of healing. I talked about this yesterday. You have a heavy day, a light day, medium day, heavy day. A light day, medium day, heavy day. You're not eating because you're hungry. You're eating because you're trying to heal. So finding your blood type and getting an alkaline chart and reading up on the things that your blood type requires you to eat will prevent a lot of problems during your healing cycle. Every 72 hours, your body is going through a change. Every 45 minutes after you eat something, your energy level should be at a higher rate. Your mood should change. You should feel a lot better. You should feel a lot more comfortable. Getting into a small exercise program between 5 and 15 minutes a day will actually help you heal faster. Cancer cannot exist in oxygen rich areas. The same way that if you ever remember when AIDS was really high on the Richter scale, how if a person cut themselves and the blood hit maybe a table or a floor, remember I used to tell you once the air hits it, it kills it? That's the same thing with cancer. Cancer ain't a death sentence. Cancer is your body telling you something is incorrect and it's giving you time to fix it. Okay? When you sit here and you look at how cancer dominates the body, it dominates the body within a 14 to 18-day cycle. So, what are you doing in the first 14 to 18 days to remove this radical cell? You have to study the pattern. So, I'm going to talk about colon cancer. Look up on Google how long does it take for an intestinal tract and a colon to heal itself. That was the first lesson that I learned from my elder. Look this up. You'll be surprised. And once you find out the answer, you ask yourself, well, why are they giving me this stuff with all these side effects? I'll let you all answer that question. I'm still on Mr. Positive Negative 9149. I ain't heard from you. Let's go. So once we get into finding out why we have this problem, then we're going to break down what we need to do to fix it. Got it? Clean out your body. You're not eating the right foods and you're not taking the right substances that that food will provide for you for your body to react. Now, it takes 45 minutes for any food that you take to be broken down in your body. After it breaks down and digests, it goes into your bloodstream, your body takes whatever it needs from it, it sends it to the areas that it needs. Once that happens, then you have a process of elimination, going to the washroom. Once you come out of the washroom and eliminate, your body lets you know what you have given me, I have received it. That which is not supposed to be in your body, after one part of it has been removed, the remainder of it either becomes a part of your system or it becomes phlegm, also called mucus, getting rid of all of the foreign stuff that was left over. Do you understand that? So, learning what the proper foods that you're supposed to eat first will help you eliminate inflammation and mucus or phlegm coming out of your system or that foreign entity that comes out when you blow your nose or you're hacking up. Eating the right foods will break down and digest in your body a lot quicker, a lot faster, and you won't have those midnight cravings. You know who you are. The midnight cravings that you're having is an indication that you may have parasites in your body. You know how you may eat a cookie and you got to get that cookie, you got to get the potato chips, you got to get them French fries, and you have that hunger. That's parasites. That's a sign of parasites. So eating properly during this time period as you're healing will help eliminate that. Getting the parasites out of your system, getting the inflammation out of your system that's actually feeding the cancer cells, oxidizing your body by drinking the right amount of water and eating the right foods at the certain time of the day where you're at your most energetic, which is in between 10:30, 2:30, 3 o'clock, and 5:30 p.m. and not eating after 7 o'clock. That means you're giving your body or rest period so that everything that is digested in your body can completely digest itself out without having anything left in your body before you go to bed. And you continue practicing this and you do the regiment like I told you all yesterday, minus all of the haters, following a very simple program: a light day, a medium day, a heavy day. This is for people who are dealing with cancer. Light day, medium day, heavy day, fast. After the fasting day, you go back and reverse the process. Heavy day, medium day, light day, fast. You begin to train your body. And while you're eating the right foods, which should be no bigger than this, no bigger than this, and you shouldn't be eating meat at least for the first 7 days because we're cleaning out the system. But your meat content should be no bigger than your fist. Everything else should be vegetables and fruits. I got a train. I stay by a train, so you may hear a train passing through. As you begin to do this within the first 14 days, your body is automatically retraining itself to get used to this method. What's the next thing? Dealing with depression. Find the foods that help fight depression. Most foods that are high in vitamin A, K, and D are the foods that more than likely will help you deal with depression. And most of the times, if you're working out and you're exercising and you're keeping a regiment, depression won't be there. And that will also help reduce the feeding of the radical cells, aka cancer cells, from absorbing any nutrients from your bloodstream. Because the happier you are, the more active you are, the less you're worried about this nonsense. So, eating a certain way during this process, take 14 days to reconstruct how you eat. I'm not saying you don't know how to eat. What I'm saying is that you are learning how to eat properly to heal from your condition. That also goes for those who are dealing with diabetes. All right. So I know that we had a couple of people that just set up here and expressed their opinion on this. Again, I am going to say to anyone, if you're interested in learning how to do this, ain't no charge for this. Just watch the videos. I got plenty of them on here. All you gotta do is just watch them. And I hope you learned something from that. So get a power team. The next video that I will make, I will talk about the importance of a power team and every position that that power team should do, and to help a person who's dealing with cancer. And you will get through this. You got this. Also, even though I have a little thing about them, there's nothing wrong with going to get yourself checked out. There's nothing wrong with getting scans. There's nothing wrong with going to the doctor. That is the only way that you're going to learn about your situation. But don't let the doctor be the only info that you get. There are books that you can get. There's Google. Study. I have over 10 years of information that I have about myself and about things that I recognize people just don't do. People start taking all these herbs. People start saying, okay, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get this. They're taking sour sop, which is good because I know it helped me. You're taking sea moss, you're taking vitamin C, you're taking all this stuff, you're taking kidney cleansers, liver cleansers, colon cleansers, and everything, but you're not eating properly. You're not eating properly. You're taking all this stuff, but you're not taking the stuff the way it is being told to you how to take it. And you're not looking at the side effects. You're looking at it because somebody says, take this, take this, take this, take this, take this, but you don't know these people personally. They never tell you about the side effects. That's why you need a guide. That's why you need to sit back and do your own research. The problem with people that go through this when they find that they have cancer, they think all you got to do is take a herb. All you got to do is do this. Drink smoothies. Stop eating meat. That's just part of it. But if you don't know your blood type, it doesn't matter what you take. If you're taking the wrong stuff according to your blood type, you're playing the game backwards and you're going to end up hurting yourself more than helping yourself. Yes, fasting is good, but what are you fasting for? And you don't have to do a full day fast. You can do a 6 hour fast or what they call a day fast. You can do a liquid fast. You can do a fruit fast. There's different fasts. There's also something that I really love. You can read up on this. It's called the Master's Cleanse. The Master's Cleanse is one of the strongest cleanses that you can do for yourself. And if you can go 3 days, you will definitely see the results. But don't jump into doing something without looking at everything and looking at people who have experienced going through that. I did it. There's a way that you're supposed to do it. There's something that you're supposed to do first thing in the morning after the first day. And if you don't do this for 3 days, you're going to have problems. That's why you need a guide. Don't just jump in anything. Yes, soursop is good. Soursop is good. People don't like the bitters. People don't like the fruit. But there's so many different types of mixtures that you can do with soursop. You can make your own tea. But there are other things that you can take that are just as strong, but there's a requirement of how long you're supposed to take it. For example, echinacea is excellent to help people with immune issues when you get a cold. I would suggest take echinacea for 7 days. But after 7 days, stop. Why? Because the body has been given so much of this that as of now, it has way too much, and it makes it harder for the liver to do its job when you have too much that can actually do damage to the liver. Do your research on that. The same thing with another regiment, colloidal silver. Excellent. If you had COVID, colloidal silver was excellent, but too much of it can do harm to the liver because your liver is your filtration unit. It also helps with your blood. But if you don't study it, you will never know. So study the ins and outs. I know they talk about colloidal silver turning people blue. And I've seen the video. And if you ever seen the video of the man that turned blue using colloidal silver, you'll realize how dumb he was and why he turned blue. Okay? There's other elements that they're using that they're selling now. And it's all about making money. Listen, 2 hours a day studying this stuff, you'll learn a lot more than a lot of people that claim to be practitioners of medicine. Okay? So I hope that you learned something from this video. Thank you all for watching, including the hater that was on here. And again, if you all would like to for me to make a video tomorrow, I will do a video dealing with colon cancer. But one of the most favorite ones that I'm working on is what my elder taught me, and I'll do a whole video on my elder Chris Williams. We call him Doc Williams affectionately. And I hope you all will learn something from it. Till next time, thank you all. If you're interested in my supplements, if you're interested in the detox camp program, inbox me 773-551-2904. If you're interested in any counseling, the consultation, you're going to learn everything that's going on with you. We're going to get you a regimen and we're going to put you on a program. And most of those programs will help a person before they decide to make a huge decision that may change their life forever. And most of the times, you just need a consultation. The consultation is $45, but you're paying me to give you the game that I learned. And I guarantee you that if you follow these simple instructions, you're going to do real good. You're going to do good. If you're interested in my supplements, I promise you all, 3 to 7 days, you're going to recognize the difference because you're going to learn as you go through the experience. You're not just buying anything from me. You're going to class. Okay? It's not like you go into a health store and that's it. No, I'm going to stay on your butt because you're going to learn and you're going to know what you're doing and you're going to know exactly why you're doing it and you're going to see the results because you're going to go through training. That's my promise to you all. And again, I'm willing to be challenged. I'll go live with anybody on anything that I'm talking about because at the end of the day, if I do get challenged, people are going to learn Ain't gonna be no going back and forth calling nobody out in their names and this and that. We're gonna learn. I had a person that was when COVID hit, he wrote a book about what he learned from COVID-19. And he challenged me because I talked about Dr. Sebi, and he actually went to Dr. Sebi's compound in Honduras. And I told him, 3 years from now, let's see how this goes. I ain't heard from him. The last other person that I talked to about my regiment called me a scam artist. We was on Facebook. I personally messaged him. I told him, give me one of your clients, doctor, since he's a doctor, and let me work with him for 4 months. And if you don't see any improvements, you can say whatever you want to say about me. That was a client I had in St. Louis, Missouri. Her situation got resolved in 3 weeks, not 4 months. I'm still waiting for that apology. I'm saying this to say that I'm not saying that I know everything, but common sense ain't common. And that's the platform that I work with, common sense. That's it. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Share the videos. I hope you like. Until next time, this is William Surf Riles of the We Ride for a Cure channel on YouTube. Thank you all very much. I appreciate you all watching, and be safe out there. Peace. Oh, I command you to be great. I command you to be prosperous. I command you to be greater today than you were yesterday.